Okay, Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Koholoyimla. Yahweh. Bachashem Yahweh Shai. Bachashem. Brachahakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Hanan Nawaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson. Praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I was watching the beloved Apostle Tahar, and he was going off into this video with this particular young lady. I guess it's a video that she's going into, but it's got to do with Israeli pre-crime type of algorithm, or it's a system that they have basically. And so I was listening to the apostle. And this lady, and this one lady named, I can't think of her first name, but her last name is Webb. She appears to be a little Edomite, but she's pretty strong going off into these digital platforms or digital, she's like a reporter or investigative reporter, so to speak. She goes off into these things about these different companies that's taking over and wanting to push forth this digital scenario for this new future, so to speak. So she's pretty good about that. But this is for educational purposes only, copyright disclaimer. Just wanted to play a little bit of the video, with this lady going into it, because I looked it up in Chat GPT to actually see what she was talking about. And this system is pretty wild, man. So let's just play a little bit of this.
So the Leopard is a Gideon system.
Threat language and then routes it to local law enforcement. It's a 24/7 detective. It never sleeps, and it's going to get us in front of these attacks.
Would it have picked up on this, do you think?
100.
In front of these attacks. So let them finish. I'm going to tell you what the
pre-crime. It's a pre-crime.
Yep, and that's exactly what it is. And the apostle, he was going off into the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise. If you've ever seen it, that's a good watch. Where it was basically, if they had a system set up where before you committed the crime, even when you thought the crime up, you know what I'm saying, it was like they was landing on the damn ground, spiraling out of damn helicopters and shit like that, and running into your house and grabbing your ass up, and you hadn't even committed the crime. You know what I'm saying? Just because you thought of it, so to speak, in that movie, and it's a real good watch. It's a lot to it, but it's definitely a good watch for anybody that's coming into this truth if you've never seen it before. And so let's play a little bit more.
this really means.
I wish my program would already be up. We're not launching until next week. I've got a dozen agencies on board, Trace. I just unloaded a major Northeast agency with over 2,700 sworn. This is America's early warning system.
Northeast, New York area, tri-state area. New York, so I guess they're going to launch it out of New York.
Correct. I am now about to...
This is my warning to all of you. This is the pre-crime move. And this is what, all this talk about crime, have you guys noticed this? All this talk about crime, since the past couple of months or whatever. Donald Trump sends the National Guard into D.C. The D.C. mayor, as of earlier today, is now agreeing with Donald Trump and saying, thank you for, this is working out great. Crime is down, They're all getting on board. And mark my words, this is something that is going to be bipartisan. It is going to be bipartisan, that they want to increase surveillance. I'm not kidding. When
Palantir was the guy, Peter Thiel. He's having a big thing. Former CEO or CEO, whatever. And that's Gideon's going to work I see Gideon working hand in hand with Palantir technology. Palantir meaning to see far. You try to get away, you kill somebody, you go to Mexico. Oh, he's in Mexico. He's in Mexico City at this hotel. Get him and work with the law.
Okay, so pretty much overall, the basics that I wanted to get was this guy talking about this system. And this system is coming out of Israel, which I Oh shit, it got rid of it. Damn, Salakia. Oh, you know what? I forgot about. I can go into the history. Go into this library. Salakia. Nope, that's not it. Oh, this is it right here, Salakia. Okay, so I asked, is Israeli grade anthology is pretty much what it was pretty much called. It says, can you clarify what you mean by Israeli grade anthology? Do you mean an anthology collection of writings, stories, or poems from Israel? Or are you asking about the grading system in Israeli schools, like what grades correspond to U.S. schools? Or maybe you're looking for an Israeli literature anthology used in schools. And then I said, and then it says, which one do you mean? So I put in used in law enforcement to detect crime. Okay, so it says, oh, thank you. That helps. You might be thinking of Israeli grade anthology, but the term isn't quite right. A law enforcement and security work. Israel is known for developing advanced behavioral detection and interrogation methods. These are sometimes loosely described as Israeli methodology, or Israeli profiling techniques rather than anthology. Here are a few relevant methods. Behavioral profiling. Used at Israeli airports like Ben Gurion, officers are trained to detect micro-expressions, stress signs, and suspicious behavior. Okay, and then they have next on the list, statement analysis. Some Israeli developed techniques analyze word choice and phrasing in interviews to spot deception. And you know, these people are the most deceptive people on the fucking earth, so they would know best. Anthology, training manuals. Israeli police and security forces compile anthologies, collections of real case studies and methods for training law enforcement abroad. See? So Israel got their hands in everything. Because a lot of, agents from here, so to speak, they train in Israel, man. They get their training from these Israelis. It says kinesics and nonverbal cues. Reading body language and subtle behavioral anomalies is emphasized in Israeli counterterrorism training. So the phrase, you might be reaching for could be Israeli methodology, Salakia, for crime detection, or specifically Israeli criminal profiling and behavioral detection. It says, do you want me to dig up exact Israeli system training manual used internationally by police, sometimes called Israeli security model? So these people train pretty much your overall American police and police everywhere, damn near, So I'm putting in yes. We can see a little bit maybe. But the point is, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, because it's going to all come down to that microchip. That's all that this is bubbling up to, because they want to be all-knowing. They want to be within your body to know exactly what you're thinking. They want to know, exactly, how many damn heartbeats you've taken a day, how many steps you've taken. See, that with all that Fitbit stuff, Apple Watches, and all this fitness stuff, because, they're going to bring in, number one way they're going to squeeze in that market of Beauty and the Beast is going to be through health. It's going to be about, they're going to slip in and try and make it seem as if they care so much about you. That's what they're doing right now. And of course, America is already setting up with the digital system with stablecoin and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he had a whole bunch of billionaire tech guys, at his inauguration, so to speak. He had the people there. Now all of a sudden, you got these companies that he's allowing to get off into this data and check out you Americans, man. You know what I'm saying? And get everything that they need on you. And then you got JFK. Salakia. Mind me, I'm trying to make a little Sabbath day meal. But you got JFK talking about everybody having a wearable by 2029. So everything is fitting into place, man. The digital currency is already in place, and then they're trying to, with what Trump is doing with this overall martial law shit that he's doing, is pretty much they want that Chinese model. They want that model of China. You know what I'm saying? Because China already got their citizens on wrap already. Their citizens are already in order. you know, social credit scores and things of that nature. You know, in China, shit, you can get caught, and they got a camera. I think they say it's like 15 cameras on every single person in China, which is billions of people. And one of the things that this guy, what's his name? I can't think of his name right off. He's not there anymore with the WEF, World Economic Forum. Klaus Schwab, I think was his name. But, you know, he was talking about China got the perfect model for the world because they want to surveil the world. And China got their people on lock, man. They not over there just, you know, it's not a bunch of shit going on over there. They pretty much get their asses up. They robotically take their asses to work and robotically take their asses to lunch, robotically take their asses home, and they do that shit all over again. They don't really have a lot of, you know, resistance like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of crime. That's the reason why I'm thinking, too, me speaking as a man, you know, when they was trying to run down on Hong Kong. Because Hong Kong, you know, is more like, it's pretty much overall like a big-ass New York City. You know, it's just in a foreign country. If you go to Hong Kong, you'll think you actually are in the U.S. So, anyway, let me just grab a quick scripture. Because, again, this is what it's leading up to right here. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And I would advise, you know, going to the Apostles page, too. I'm trying to think. I think he got his other page, his new page. I mean, his old page back up. I'll have to check. Because he was using that, what's the mark of the B666 channel for a while. Because he used to use the GMS Enduring to the End, I think is the name of it. I think he might be back on that channel. Okay, but this is Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And this is what everything is leading up to. All them self-checkout counters, you know what I'm saying? If you notice, you go to some of these big box stores, you know, they have things all locked up and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Things that you used to be able to go in and just pick up and walk to the counter with, so to speak. Now those things are locked up. You got to push a button, impatiently wait on the motherfucker for about 10 minutes to get there, 15 minutes if they do. That's if the button even fucking work. And, you know, people are very impatient now. So I done a lesson the other day. Matter of fact, I'm talking about BJ's and how, you know, as soon as you walk into BJ's with your cell phone, you have to have the app, though. And you got the app. Whatever you pick up off the counter, you can just go ahead and scan it in your phone and put everything in your buggy or whatever. You scanning it as you go. And then all you do is you do like an Apple Pay or a Pay through your phone, and you can just walk directly out of the store. So you're not waiting in line. You're not having to go to a self-checkout. So you in and out. And, you know, they've been gradually coming along with this stuff because remember they had the Amazon Palm Pay. They got these Amazon stores where you can walk in. You know, it pretty much overall, it, you know, picks up on what you're picking up. It automatically takes it out of your bank account, so to speak, and you just walking out of the store straight to your car. So this is what it's coming to. And a lot of people are very impatient these days as well. So they're going to use that, you know, people being impatient to actually push this type of stuff. And also, again, they're going to come with that healthy side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're concerned with your health, you know, because JFK, he was talking about how they can, or Trump, he was actually saying how they can trigger, or they can see 6 years into the future as to what, you know, may be ailing you and what you may have, and they can correct it right on the spot type of deal, you know, or this digital access to your medical record. So they're going to try and come at you with that, you know, we love you scenario. Well, let me get 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not ignorant of the fact that this is one of his go-to plans. He's always been that way. That's just like with the, you know, of course, 2020 with the COVID-19, you know what I'm saying? He got on TV and acted like he cared so much about you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and wanted to give you that jabby first, right? But you can see the results of the jabby. You know, we can see now that a lot of people that took the jabby not doing so well. A lot of them are deleted. And so, you know, we have to keep that in mind when it comes down to the second one, because they're going to come with something else, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just going to, you know, we're just not ignorant of Satan's devices. We'll see how it all plays out, because this man is, he's very strategic, but he's also very sloppy right now, because The scripture says that he know that he had but a short time, so he's coming down with great wrath. Revelation 12:12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he had but a short time. And that's exactly what's going on. So things are starting to speed up. And they got a lot of distractions in the way as well. You know, it's a lot of shit going on where they're distracting the people while in the backdrop they're pulling all this shit off. But let me go to chapter 14 here. Revelation chapter 14 verse 9. This is if you be fool enough to listen to this man and trust in this man and take his technology. Revelation 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So you don't want nothing to do with what this man got going on. See, they're gonna, you know, and pretty much it's with this school shooting. You know, when they take things like that, this newer school shooting, where this so-called transgender, you know, shot up the school / church and killed the kids and, you know, injured all these other people. So they take situations like that and they use it to further their agendas, man. You know, so pretty much overall, they want to use this system, this Israeli system, to pretty much peep out, and it's gonna be through social media as well, because they can scour through your social media and be like, oh, he's capable of this, he's capable of that, he's capable of this, and you ain't got to be to committing no crime. They just, you know, SWAT rolling up, banging your damn door down, and they taking you away. It just is what it is. They can do that, you know. So, and you can already see that with Trump, the Constitution is out of the window. All that you have right shit, that shit don't mean nothing. Them people will snatch your ass up and they'll keep you and don't even have to give you due process, man. This is what he was doing with, you know, he's doing that right now with American citizens, you know, with this immigration shit that he got going on. So it's nothing for them to, and you can't resist. Like, what you gonna do? If they showing up with bomb squad, they got the goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Because the police is the military now. Regular police is military. So just think if they show up and they got already military in the hood now too, you know, with the National Guards and stuff like this, and they arming the National Guards now. So policing the regular citizens on the streets. So whenever they get ready to rock this out, it's nothing people gonna be able to do, you know. But what this is gonna do is it's gonna rile the people up even more too, because you gotta have that Egyptian against the Egyptian. Because right now you got a lot of Army veterans, generals and Marines, you know, people that served in the military here in the U.S. They don't like the shit that Trump doing with the military right now, or the National Guard. You know, they're coming up against that. They like, no, we didn't sign up for that. You know, that goes against you. We took an oath to fight against shit like that. So you just never, you know, we'll see how it's gonna roll, man. Let's go to chapter 16. Let's get another one. These are the results of if you fall for this man's plan and you make him your damn God. The Lord is gonna destroy you, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So you have to repent to the Father Yahweh in the name of his son Yahweh, man. Bottom line, like straight up. Because this man, the very first people he's going to come at with this system is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, just like they did with COV19. They always experimenting on Jake first. They want you perpetually to be enslaved anyway, because they know that you are the children of Israel. And they have that perpetual hatred towards you. So, but this is Revelation 16:2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. See? And that's going to be, ain't no telling what the hell that's going to be on people's skin, man. You're going to be able to tell who took it, too. Because it's going to be some real nasty shit growing out of you, man. And you can kind of get a precursor with that COV19. When they gave that, when people went and took that jabby, motherfuckers started looking different and started acting different. And even right now, man, you know, I'm thinking that, you know, me speaking as a man, that's got a lot to do with the way these people acting these days, man. People bugging the fuck out now. You got a lot of people, man, they you know, they got sick and just never came back from it. And then at the same time, too, this is not medical advice, but supposedly, the JAB had the VIH, if you reverse it, in it. So, you never can tell with this man, man. He's not to be trusted. As a matter of fact, let me get that. So when he come down the pipe with the bullshit, our best bet, hey, we should be praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for the strength to endure and to resist this man. Sirach 12:10, it says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Right? So just like iron rust, his wickedness is going to eventually come through. He's going to show it. It never fails, man. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. And he always humbles himself. He goes crouching. Oh, yeah, we love you. We know that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are disproportionately more affected by this disease than anyone else. We want to give you the JAB first. That's what he came with. And a lot of our people weren't going for it. A lot of, older, our elderly and, a bunch of people that had these jobs. They didn't want to, lose these nursing jobs and plant jobs. And, they making pretty decent money, $40, $50 an hour, you know what I'm saying? $100,000 a year. And they went and took that shit. And then guess what? Ta-da! Their asses is either fucked up or they in the spirit world, man. So this man is not to be trusted because, again, he's going to come with the healthy side of things. So we want to make sure everybody's healthy. And then he's going to just come down the pipe with, if you don't take it, you're just going to, he's going to want to put you to death, man. And so we had to prepare our mindsets for that particular day, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we never know our lot. Some of us may have that lot. And we're praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that we're able to continue to resist this man, and not fall or falter, man. Continue on calling on the name of Yahweh Yahushua. Because if you take what this man is bringing, what you're doing is you're making him your God. He becomes your idol now, and the Lord not dealing with that. But anyway, I just seen this. I was watching the apostle, beloved Apostle Tahar earlier on that particular lesson, which is a good lesson. Matter of fact, let me go back to see which channel he was on so you can get. Oh yeah, he was on his regular channel here, and the channel was what is the 666 Mark II GMS. So, and the name of this particular one is Gideon One More Step 2. Basically the MOTB, and they got a lot of systems, man. There's a lot of different systems. This is not the only thing that they got going out here. These billionaire tech guys, man, they on the heels of civilians, man. They know everything about the people. And then they just had this data breach out in Nevada as of this past week. You know what I'm saying? It's knocked out a whole lot of stuff. Supposedly some hackers holding the information at ransom and shit. So, man, they can do that throughout the Americas, man, and switch things up and have everybody out here lined up, man. With completely chaotic too, because just going to the DMV, just trying to get your damn driver's license renewed, man, can be a whole damn day's hassle. So imagine, when COV19 went down, man, it was so chaotic, man, with people just trying to get regular services. That shit was bananas, bro. Definitely, if you ain't had no patience, and that's why a lot of these people bugging the hell out now. They don't have no patience, man. Because they ain't got no patience, man. You run your ass off the road. You got a bunch of road rage going on right now. People bugging the fuck out, man. It's it's not what it used to be. So I'm gonna end out there. I just wanted to touch on this real quick. Real good article, a real good lesson that the apostle was going into. So yeah, I would say get up on it and watch it for yourself. But with that, Shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah, and a bubble ball.